as your cameras are turned off. If you could turn your cameras on, that would be wonderful. Dee, I can see you. Hello, welcome. So nice to see your face there in the background. Lovely to see you, Dee. Juliet, Lena, Iwa, am I saying that correctly? Please let me see your beautiful faces if you don't mind. It would be so great because then I'm talking to you guys. I know that this was a bit last minute for some of you, and some of you did know about it since the end of last week. Lena, you've got low bandwidth. Okay, don't worry. Okay, and Juliet, you don't have a camera. No problem. Okay, no problem. We'll just continue. But I just wanted to first of all say to you guys, thank you for showing up. I know that one of the biggest challenges in life is actually just showing up, because once you've shown up, like most of the rest just kind of falls into place, right? But it's about actually showing up. So I want to really, really honor each and every one of you for taking the time to be here tonight. How many of you have seen me speak before, and how many of you have not seen me speak before? Just say yes, seen you speak, or no in the chat, just so that I've got an idea of who has seen and who hasn't seen. Dee, I think you have, right? Yes. Okay, Dee has. And you other, Lena, this is your first time, so welcome to your first time. That's wonderful. And I see Elaine has also joined now. Yes, on the Future Females show. Oh, great. Okay, Juliet, so you've seen me there. That's wonderful. And Elaine, welcome. We're just actually starting, so you're not too late. Don't worry. Have you seen any of my talks before, Elaine? Or is this your first time? Let me know. And Iwa as well, I'd love to hear from you. I am very pro a good hell yeah, guys. The ones that do know me know that I'm very much pro a good hell yeah. I'm very much like, we need to raise our energy and vibration. And so one way of doing that is doing something that really invigorates our body, our mouths with sound, our entire system. And so hell yeah to each and every one of you for showing up tonight. This is one of the quickest ways of actually shifting the vibration, not only within yourself, but actually in everything around you, is to just go into yourself and say, okay, let's just shift. Oh, Elaine, you were part of Kinster Koroy last year. Yes, okay, so you that, Elaine. Wonderful, well, welcome back. That's so fantastic. So I was actually thinking about why I'm still doing the course. And because I've got so many things, as you guys know, going on. I've got the talk show, I've got a new Airbnb business, I've got my one-on-one clients. And the reason why is because of the phenomenal results that my clients get from doing the course. That's really the reason why. So I've made the course as affordable as humanly possible. It basically costs less than hiring a photographer for an hour and a half a month. But it's still, there needs to be that value exchange, because as you guys know, without the value exchange, something falls down. So I have given the course away for free in the past, but that value exchange is you investing in yourself. And so you're stepping into a different energy exchange and saying, I'm going to do this for myself, which is really, really important. And so, Elaine, I think you did the course once. I've got people who have done the course, I think I've run it 5 times now, and I've got one client that's done it 4 out of the 5 times, because every time she does it, she feels like she's going just a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper, which is amazing, because it means that the course content can be done over and over and over again, which is the way I designed it. And you can take yourself to deeper, more empowered spaces and come out different every single time. So I know that some of you I have connected with personally, whether it's been through email, whether it's been through actually a discovery call, or whether you filled out your forms, and then I have an idea of what it is that you are trying to achieve. But I'd love to know if you had one thing that you could finish this year going, hell yeah, I did that. What would it be, guys? What would be your one thing that you could finish this year saying, I did that. I'm so glad I did that. That makes 2022 a hell yeah year. Do you guys know what that would be for you? Would it be achieving some specific thing? Would it be moving into a more authentically empowered place where you are really allowing yourself to navigate from a place of strength and knowing what is good for you and what you really want, and not being such a people pleaser? Any recovering people pleasers in this group? I'm a recovering people pleaser, so you're not alone. Any recovering people pleasers, just give me a yes in the comments. Elena, Juliet, oh yo, yes. Don't worry, you're not alone, sister. D, yes. Oh my God, recovering too, Lena. Okay, so we're all in the same boat. Amazing. Recovering people pleasers, unite together. But this is where we shift and change. This is where we no longer have to fall into those patterns of being recovery, of being people pleasers, and we can truly step into a pattern of recovering people pleasers. And that is what I want for you. I want you to really be in a space where you are living from a space of, I'm choosing this because it is good for me. And if other people are disappointed, then I'm so sorry that that is going to disappoint them. But knowing that I am not betraying myself in this situation, knowing that I am caring for myself in this situation, is really the most important thing. Because what we often do as people pleasers, and tell me if you guys can relate to this, is that we end up going above and beyond for other people, for lots of other people, even when we're not asked to go above and beyond. Can anybody relate to that? How many of you have gone and rescued somebody else from doing something without them even asking you to go and rescue them? Can I have a yes? If any of you, if that resonates with any of you? Me, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All the time, right? The reality is, and I'm going to tell you guys the story. I was seeing this amazing psychologist, and the one day I went to him and he said to me, he said, Susanna, you're so selfish. And I was like, what? Me selfish? What are you talking about? And he said, you're so selfish. How dare you take the opportunity for growth and empowerment away from that person? And I was like, ooh, I see that. Oh, I understand that. Wow, I have done that before. So sometimes when we think we are saving others, we are actually denying them the opportunity to go through whatever challenge that was in order to grow. And of course, we're helpful, guys. I'm not saying that at all. Of course, we are helpful, but it is not our job to save the world. Simply by saving ourselves, we can step into a space where the world shifts and changes around us and becomes more empowered. Everything is energy and vibration. Do you guys agree? Energy and vibration. Every single thing is energy and vibration. Think about the moon. How many of you are obsessed with the moon? I'm obsessed with the moon. The moon comes and it is full, and the tides in the ocean, the waves in the ocean completely change. Now, if we are made up of water, predominantly we are made up of water, how can the moon affect the ocean and not affect us? There's an energy exchange going on there. There's a vibrational exchange going on there. There's a push and pull going on there. We are affected by everything in this incredible cosmic web of a universe that we exist in, right? So beautiful. How wonderful. What if we learn to work with that? What if we actually learned to work with that instead of pretending that it wasn't true? Right? It would be amazing. I see my cat coming here, PK. He really loves to be involved with things. So I hope you guys don't mind. He's going to come and say hi every once in a while. But imagine we stepped into this case where we realized where absolutely everything was connected and trusted, like, come on, baby. Sorry, guys. Trusted that the universe worked perfectly, right? That everything is unfolding perfectly for me now instead of worrying all the time. What is anxiety, guys? How many of you battle with anxiety? Just by a show of hands below. How many of you battle with anxiety? I know that I have battled with anxiety for most of my life until I started practicing the tools and techniques that I use to move me out of an anxious state. Yeah, I see. Yeah, okay. So I see me, yes, me. Okay, hands up. All right. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is a fear of the future, right? Or a regret of the past. So you're actually not living in the present, right? That's what anxiety is. It's not really living in the present and being present. Imagine shifting into a space where you can be the eye of the storm, where there's chaos going on around you, but you stay present in the present with the complete, honest surrender and knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly for you now. Wouldn't that feel good? Wouldn't that make life a whole lot easier? Can I get a little hell yeah for that from you guys? Wouldn't that be like a happy place to be? Yeah? I don't know why this computer has closed down my my PowerPoint. I wanted to show you guys some slides because I've been told that although I talk a lot and that's all good, that actually you guys like to see slides. Let me know if you guys agree with that. Yes, hell yeah, 100%. Yes. Okay, great. I'm so glad. So some of you know my story, some of you don't know my story. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a little bit about me, and I'm not going to go too into it because I also believe that in the course, I go into a lot of depths and I'm very honest about all of the things that I've been through. And why am I honest about these things? I'm honest about them because I want you to know you're not alone. I want you to know that I have felt like a failure. And I know that some of you are petrified of feeling like a failure, right? Who's honest enough to say, I'm petrified of feeling like a failure? Yeah? Yeah. Petrified of feeling like a failure. All of us have got this ego attached to being successful. We've got this ego attached to if we do not actually deliver some form of value, then that will mean that we're not valuable, right? When actually your true value is just you being here, a part of this world. And if you can step into that space where you realize that that's where your true value exists, and you stop putting so much pressure on yourself to be all these other things, you can shift into a space of exhaling and feeling ease, right? I want that for you. Having that ease, that grace from an empowered place, knowing that you are being authentically true to yourself and not betraying yourself all the time. It's a big one for me. You know, I have often betrayed myself because when I was young, I was taught to betray myself. And this is what people pleasing is we end up betraying ourselves, right? Because then we're a good girl. We're being good girls. because we're making everybody else happy. But would you want that for your kids? Would you want your kids to be people pleasers? Or would you want them to be strong individuals who know who they are and who make their mark in this world, being absolutely conscious of other people, caring about other people, but not bending over backwards and breaking themselves in order to please someone else and harming themselves in the process, right? We don't want that. We want them to be empowered. And so we need to want that for ourselves. We need to really want that for ourselves. So I'm going to share my screen now and share a few little slides with you. Where is my share screen? Oh, wait, advanced. There we go. Portion of the screen. And we're going to bring that down to here. Perfect. Okay. So as most of you know, I am an intuitive transformational facilitator and personal mastery and empowerment coach. Wowzers, guys, that is a mouthful. All right. What does that mean? It means basically that I work with energy. I work with angels and guides and the universe. I set up energy containers so that we can connect with your spirit guides, with the guides that really are with you all the time and assisting you in your journey. So before I started this session, for instance, I went into a meditative state. I connected with each and every person that is going to watch this live tonight or is going to watch a recording of this. And I connected to their guides so that I would set up an energy matrix to say whatever it is that you need to hear to move you to your highest expression. This is very important because for me, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to be here for you to assist you in moving to your highest expression. So I can see that, for instance, Elaine said setting healthy boundaries and taking self-care. That's her wish for the year. So today, in this conversation, I want to look at how I can integrate that information and make it relevant to Elaine so that she can find that. If any of you want to share what your wish is to get out of this session, please do share it in the chat. I'm going to keep talking in the meantime. So what if our greatest fear was not that we were inadequate? What if our greatest fear was actually that we were powerful beyond measure? What if we are so scared of showing up as this beautiful, amazing version of ourselves because we're scared of being criticized, because we're scared of being judged, because we don't feel good enough to actually show up as that beautiful version of ourselves? What if that's true? Does that resonate with you? Are you scared of stepping into a space where you can be this beautiful, bold, amazing version of yourself, where people look at you and see you for who you really are? Are you scared of that? Give me a yes or a no in the comments. I would love to know, because I know that that was my biggest challenge. And ironically, of course, that was my favorite quote. The quote by Nelson Mandela made it famous. Marianne Williamson actually wrote it in the book A Return to Love. Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, fabulous, and strong? Who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. And whether you believe in God, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, all that is the universe, I believe all rivers lead to the same ocean. Your playing small does not serve the earth, because you are unique. And I see that there are some of you that have been honest enough to say, yes, I do feel like that. We all feel like that, right? There are 3 human wounds, and one of the biggest, like that exist in everyone to varying degrees. One of the biggest ones is not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy. The other one is not feeling a part of. This is the other thing that gets addressed in this course, is because if you join this course, you will meet and connect with and really create beautiful bonds with like-minded women on the same journey as you. And you create a little support group. I've got students that are still like besties with their accountability buddy, which is so wonderful. So you can speak to somebody who understands what you've been through in this course, because you will go through a lot. This is not only a time investment, but it's a soul investment. It's a transformation that you will go through. And so it requires commitment from your heart, commitment from your time, investment, and soul. So in order to do that, you need to be a part of something. And the third wound is feeling separated, like you are not a part of. And that is one of the other wounds that I want to heal within this journey. And that is for you to see that you are so a part of this beautiful universe. You are so a part, you are woven into the beautiful energy web that is life, that is existence. And you are supported and held, even when you don't believe you are supported and held. I'm sharing this with you, and I'm actually going to stop sharing for a second, because sometimes we doubt this. Even me, who's been through so much, sometimes I doubt this. And I remember hearing the story of a friend of mine who, and I had been supporting her, and she was trying to fall pregnant and trying to fall pregnant. She was trying so hard to fall pregnant, and she had tried a million different things, and she was on the egg donor list, and she was about to get an egg from the egg donor list. And the night before, she said, universe, if it is safe for me to become a mother in this relationship, then allow me to have everything go smoothly. And the next morning, she lost her egg donor. And instead of her, now this is after years of trying to have a baby, most people would crumble, right? Because that's devastating. But instead, because she had gone through the processes with me, she went, not the right partner for me to have this baby with. Thank you, universe, for saving me from this. And as soon as she did that, all of a sudden, all of these things that she hadn't wanted to see about her partner became clear. They ended up breaking up within a week. And within a month, she was so much happier than she had ever been in that whole relationship. What if she hadn't been able to reframe that situation? What if she hadn't trusted that situation? She would have fallen apart. This is what I'm saying to you guys. Life happens, things happen, but if you understand the principles and if you have the tools, you will not suffer. You will be empowered no matter what comes your way. Elaine is saying, me and Jacqueline speak almost every day. Oh, and we still Zoom once a month. I know she won't mind me sharing this. This course has changed our lives. Thank you, Susanna. Oh, Elaine, thank you for sharing that. I so appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing that. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, let's carry on. Wonderful. Oh, that makes me so excited. Okay, share. Let's carry on. Okay, so my greatest wish is to assist as many people as possible in removing suffering from their lives and stepping into the greatest version of themselves, experiencing themselves as being the light that they wish to see in this world. That is what I want for each and every one of you. So what is Kinsta Kuroimi? Kinsta Kuroimi is the art of putting broken objects back together with gold. It's an ancient Japanese art. The Japanese believed that when something broke, they didn't throw it away. They would actually take gold and gild it back together. And they believed that it was more valuable than it had ever been before. That is the art of Kinstakroi. Now, in the Western world, what do we do, guys? If something breaks or if something becomes a bit challenging, we're like, whoop, I'm out of here. And we literally just get out of there. They're not going to do that, right? And we throw things away. But I believe that each and everything that happens to us is an opportunity for us to gild ourselves back together with gold. And my gold that I offer you is courage, is love, is compassion, is true connection to self and inner wisdom. And if we can guide ourselves from that point, the world is your oyster. So this is a little bit about me, who I am. So I used to be this schleb, this celebrity who used to walk red carpets and be seen with the who's who in the world. You know, you can see over here, I had lots of little celebrity friends and it was lots of fun. And I was, I'm just going to ask you guys for permission, if you don't mind. I swear, you know, like I have a filthy, filthy mind. I'm wondering if that is going to offend anyone. Just say yes or no in the comments, but I do. So I do like say nasty little words come out of my mouth. So I'm just going to ask permission. Can I be myself with you guys today? Can I just be completely myself? Can I have a yes in the comments? Anyone, give me permission. Yay, Lena, yes, yes, yes. Okay, amazing. So I used to be Little Miss Fucking Sunshine, guys. That's what I was known as, Little Miss Fucking Sunshine, because I literally was like, wow, wow, every happy, 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 happy. And the only person who knew that something was wrong was my sister. And she kept saying, you're not happy. You think you're happy, but you're not happy. And I would say, what are you talking about? And when she said it, I would snap, right? You guys know when we snap, we are reacting to things. We are reenacting a wound. It's when somebody pokes something about us that we don't want them to be poking, right? That's when we react to things. And I want you to really get that. Because our entire nervous system reacts to reenact, relives the trauma of whatever it is that person is poking at you. But the universe is on your side. The universe wants you, God, Allah, Buddha, the universe, Jesus, whatever you want to call it, wants you to be the best version of yourself. So if you think about it like a little splinter in your toe, right? When you've got a splinter in your toe finds every wall, every kitchen cupboard, every freaking table, and it's like bong, bong, bong. Why? Because the universe is going, sorry, you've got a splinter in your toe. Can you please take that splinter out your toe? Hi, sorry, can you take that splinter out your toe, right? And what do? We go, no, that's painful. I don't want to go through pain. So I'm going to just put a plaster on it, right? And you put a plaster on it and then another plaster because it's like, it's sore and you don't want anyone to see it because now it's getting a little bit gross. So now you're embarrassed of that splinter in your toe. So you just carry on covering it with plasters until it becomes septic. And then you can either get the toe amputated, right? Or you can put on your big girl panties, take off those plasters and dig that splinter out. This is the same thing in life. We have the opportunity to put on our big girl panties, to face all those things about us that we feel ashamed of, that we don't want the world to see, and find the gifts within them and love them so much that they become integrated in us. Have you guys watched 8 Mile? Such a great example of that. If you watched, I know this is a random thing to say, but 8 Mile, okay, right? 8 Mile, when he, at the end, where he's on stage and he goes, yes, I'm homeless. Yes, my mom is a drunken whore. Yes, come at me, right? Nothing can touch him anymore. Why? Because he is standing in his truth. He's invincible. I want you to stand in your truth. Those plasters are masks. We put on these masks and we show up with these masks to the world. We have to peel the masks away, peel right down and connect with our hearts, with our minds, with our bodies, the infinite wisdom in our bodies and our spirits, so that we can stand in strength, right? And be invincible in the face of anything that comes our way. Right? Can I have a little hell yeah? Does that sound good? I think that it does. Because if you think that you can just avoid, yes, fuck yeah. If you think you can avoid these things, you can't. Because the universe wants you to heal. I tried not to. I tried to avoid these things. And you know what happened? I ended up here. Near organ failure in all my organs, except my heart. Seizures, brain seizures. My lungs were filling with liquid. I was literally at death's door. But a few days before this, I had surrendered because I knew what I had done wrong. 3 months before, when I was going to an amazing therapist, I'd remembered that I'd been abused when I was young. I remembered that I had been sexually abused from the age of around 2.5 all the way till 10. I'd remembered that I'd lost my virginity to an ex-boyfriend who had forced himself on me. And I remembered that I'd been sexually assaulted by my best guy friend. All of these situations were massive. They're the 3 male figures in your life that you're supposed to be able to trust, had broken that trust in the most profound way. And my therapist, I was doing shadow work at the time. I don't know how many of you have done shadow work, but just say yes if you have done shadow work before. But my therapist at the time, I'm going to look for in the comments, just say yes if you've done shadow work before. If you haven't, I can explain what it is. So if you say no, then I will tell you. My therapist at the time, he said, no, okay, I'll explain it. So shadow work is basically, it's work where we look at what we are attracting in the outside world and we see what is existing within the inside world. What are the parts of us that we are attracting in the outside world that actually exist within us? And this is a hard one, guys. This was such a hard one for me because my therapist said to me, Susanna, you've attracted so much abuse in your life. Where are you abusive? And I got pissed off. I got so cross. I was like, what? Me abusive? Are you kidding? I step over ants for fuck's sakes. I'm not abusive. And he said, okay. He said, but you go think about it. I was so cross. I was stamping my feet. I was like, what is he talking about? Abusive. Where does he get this from? But I thought about it and I thought about it because it was bugging me. It was like literally like weighing on me. And then I realized like a ton of bricks on my chest. I'd been abusing myself more than anybody could ever abuse me. And the thing is about self-abuse is you're with you 24/7. Nobody can abuse you as much as you abuse yourself. And I will never forget that moment because in that moment, it was like myself and my body like split. And my body just said, I'm not letting you do this to me anymore. And in 3 months, I was in a wheelchair and couldn't walk. And then I was in ICU 2 weeks later, fighting for my life. The thing is that this triggered a self-love journey that I'm so grateful for today. And just before, 2 days before I stopped walking, I fell on my knees and I just prayed. And I said, God, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, universe, all that is, anyone out there, I know I've screwed up. I've screwed up so badly. I know. But I'm not ready to go. So if you please let me stay, I promise to make it worthwhile. But if it is my time to go, I will accept that. And from that moment on, before that, I had been in such excruciating pain. Just having a shirt on my skin was painful. I couldn't swallow because it was so sore. When I arrived in hospital, I was so dehydrated and so undernourished because I couldn't eat, I couldn't swallow, nothing could touch my skin because I was in so much pain. But I wasn't suffering because I'd surrendered. And I knew that no matter what happened next was the perfect outcome. I was abused. I've been through sexual assault. I've had 2 miscarriages. I'm divorced. I've had a real heartbreak that I never thought I'd recover from. In fact, I think that was the hardest thing I've ever overcome was my divorce, to be honest. I've been so depressed that I attempted to take my own life. And I didn't, and I failed at that. Thank God. I failed at that, guys. And why am I telling you this? I'm telling you not to impress you that I've overcome all these things. I'm telling you this to impress upon you that it's possible for whatever you're going through, that you can overcome it. That you can be in a completely different space, living a completely different life. And not only that, you deserve it. You deserve it. So I'm going to share the screen with you again because I went from this to this. This is my life now. I am healthy. That's what this picture represents for me. Healthy! Yay! Surrounded by amazing real friends who actually care about me. There's my best friend, Debbie. And this is me and Debbie and Sabine, my lovely friend Sabine in France. There's me sharing a stage with Brian Welsh and Robin Banks in front of 4,000 people. It was one of the biggest self-mastery events that has happened live in South Africa. And I was there speaking on stage. Joel Brown, I have my own radio show. I work with people all over the world, and I get to do that from here. I've got a community center that I'm passionate about, that I'm helping build. We've just bought the property. That's that and that. So exciting. I've got the Future Female Show, which is so much fun. I interview amazing people. Can anybody recognize this guy over here? This little guy over here? Can anybody tell me who that is that I'm standing next to over here? Recognize him? I got chills, they're multiplying. Yep, that's him. And I've met him and hung out with him, and he's so cool. I really like him. And John Demartini, one of my greatest teachers, right? Travolta, that's it. You better shape up, cause I need a man. Sorry, okay, I'm gonna stop singing. My point is, I'm not sharing this to impress you. I'm sharing this to show you that you can go from there to here, to where you want to be. So what do you want? What do you want out of life? And do you deserve it? Do you feel like you deserve it? Because the question of whether you deserve it or not is actually not a question. You deserve it. You know, when you feel jealous of something, that's actually just yourself going, oh, I want that so badly. But it's also the wounded part of yourself going, I don't think I deserve it. And that's why I feel angry about it or resentful about it. But what if when you felt jealous, you could go, oh, I want that. Oh, thank you, universe, for showing me what I want. Ha ha! Life, I'm showing up. I'm going to come and get it, right? Wouldn't that be cool? There's lots of things I still want, but my life is full. And as I focus on what I do have, I attract more of what I want. This is one of the mastery principles of manifestation. Can you guys repeat that to yourselves? There are lots of things I still want, but my life is full. And as I focus on what I do have, I attract more of what I want. How cool, guys. Can you feel that? You deserve it. You deserve everything that you want. Everything that you want. The quickest and surest way of changing the world is by changing yourself. That is the surest and quickest way of changing the world. And there are steps that I will share with you about reframing, about refilling yourself, about refreshing the whole principle and doing the whole thing all over again. And I do go into them a little bit in my previous talk. So if you guys want to watch a recording of that, I'll send it to you. It's no problem. But I don't want to keep you too long tonight, because for me, it's more important that we connect and we really look at what's important to you. So what I do want to do tonight is I want to take you through the course a little bit so that you understand the journey just a little bit more. Because a lot of people have asked me, they're like, Susanna, what is the course actually about? And the course is an 8-week journey. What I do is I generally will put live Q&As with the course, and we've got 2 options. So you can either do the course, here we go. I'm going to share my screen again with you guys. I think that people actually do like me sharing the screen. How do I make this a presentation? Let's see. Let's see if this works, guys. I'm going to try it. Okay, I've never done it like this before, but let me just see if this works. Share screen portion. Because I've never used Canva like this before. So sorry, please bear with me. Technical things are not my strongest suit. Okay. So Kintsugi, or Kinstokoromi, takes you on an 8-week transformational journey of conscious empowerment and mastery, healing the heart, mind, body, and spirit. Guys, if we don't do all levels, then we're not actually getting to the root of the problem. It's like you've got this beautiful garden, but you've got an ant infestation, or you've got weeds in the garden, and you don't know where the problem is coming from, but your beautiful plants are just not growing. You got to go in all the different areas, right? You know, there's that saying, if your word and your thought and your action are in alignment, then everything is clear. Can I just tell you, that's great. It's like a tap. Your words, your thoughts, and your actions do need to be in an alignment. But that's just the tap dripping. As soon as your words, your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions are in alignment, which is one of the hardest things to master, that is when everything flows in the right direction. Okay? Are you guys with me? Mastery, healing the heart, body, mind, and spirit, awakening you to your true self-worth. And in so doing, opening the doors for love, success, happiness that you've been searching for. And why am I sharing this with you guys? I'm sharing it with you guys because everything that you desire is already in existence for you. It's about you shifting your energy and vibration to match that thing that is already in existence for you, but that you haven't felt worthy of yet, right? It's about you shifting into a space where you're showing up for yourself in this beautiful way that allows these things to manifest like this in your world, and it's totally possible. So, week 1, we go through the agreements and commitments, right? What are the agreements and commitments that we need to make? The Wheel of Life introduction, Human Design introduction, creating your vision of the first quarter introduction, creating your vision of the second quarter introduction. Week 2, we do a live Q&A, creating your vision for the third quarter, creating your vision for the last quarter, celebrating your vision and preparation, cultivating more love, joy, and abundance in your life. Week 3, forgiveness and release. You cannot allow anything new to come into your life if there is no space for it. So you have to clear space in order for something new to come in. Does that make sense, guys? Because if you think about it, if you've got a car in a garage, right? You can't stick another car in that garage. It doesn't work, right? You can only have one car in your garage at a time. You can't have more than one car. If it's a one car garage, you can't fit anything else in. So you need to clear the space. The process of forgiveness explained. Healing the wound visualization. Week 4, the dark night of the soul. Now we all go through the dark night of the soul, but how do we go through it without suffering? Now, the dark night of the soul is shadow work, guys. We go into those places that you don't want anyone else to see, but you're in a safe container that is supported. You are loved and cared for. Within this process, you can discover your splinter so that you can remove it before it becomes septic. Or maybe it's already become septic, and then you can remove it and help the healing process begin. Realizing that life is a dot-to-dot picture and the gifts that that brings in your life. Identifying the breaking points, right? The shifting points. And realizing that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And how do we do that? How do we always know that there's light at the end of the tunnel? You know, when I tried to commit suicide, I honestly felt like I was in this deep, dark well. And there was just walls around me, and it was just dark. There was no way out, right? And then I realized that I'm constantly moving. I'm constantly moving because time is constantly moving. And so even though I felt like I was stuck, I was just moving so slowly at that point that I couldn't feel the movement. But as soon as I acknowledged that there was movement, as soon as I started doing the practices that helped me, my well flipped on its side and became this tunnel. And as soon as that happened, I started moving faster and faster. And all of a sudden, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right? Then we're going to go into this too shall pass. The beauty, the bittersweet of this too shall pass. How this simple phrase makes life so beautiful, and can also get you through the hardest times. Breaking the codependency trap. Anybody else codependent? Anybody else battled with codependency? Please let me know in the chats if you have battled with codependency. Anybody who has been through any kind of abuse has battled with codependency before. And so, yeah, okay, all right, yeah. So we all have. So how do we come to a space? Sorry, my nose is running, guys, but gross. How do we come to a space where we are not codependent, but interdependent, which means that we are available and able to receive and give love, but we are not relying on something outside of ourselves in order to feel happy and whole, because we're happy and whole in ourselves. Powerful place to be. Discovering the root of the problem, moving through the pain and discovering the other side. Week 6, death, compassion, and true surrender. Discovering a new level of compassion, the rebirth of self-love journey True surrender, realizing the impossible is possible. Week 7, a rebirth. Finally, I was diagnosed correctly, and I share what that did for me and the lessons I learned around that. The power of universal healing, self-healing, and working with masters. Making the decision, the power of making a decision, and how to support that decision so that the universe can just support you, support you, support you, and things can fall into place. Releasing the victim. Such a big one. Life-changing. Stepping out of being the victim into becoming your own hero. Week 8, embracing the new me. Eat, sleep, exercise, meditate, speak differently, live differently. When the challenge appears, how do we handle that? And then the true healer is revealed and fulfilling the promise. And then we do a Q&A afterwards. So I want to make sure that you guys get Q&As so that any time that you're feeling like a bit lost in the course, that you get to have the support, right, that you need throughout the course, so you can ask the questions that you need to get. I'm just seeing Dominique, it's very hard for most because many of us, as humans, feel that others bring us happiness, and if we with them we're not happy. Yes, but that's codependency. So codependency shows up as us relying on being addicted to love. It's a true thing, right? We rely on another to make us happy. It also is substance abuse, eating. All of these things are codependent behaviors because we don't believe that we are enough within ourselves to be happy on our own. But what if we can break that pattern? What if we can be happy on our own? I mean, how amazing would that be? Because then when we are attracting someone into our life, we're not attracting them from a place of lack. And so it doesn't end up being a toxic relationship. We're attracting them from a place of love and fullness, you know? Oprah once said, "I'm so full of myself." And the lady interviewing her said, "What do you mean? Like, that's awkward." And she said, "I'm so full of myself, of self-knowledge, of knowing who I am and what I need, that I don't get empty because I know when to fill myself up. I know when I have reserves to give away." Dolly Parton said, "Get to know yourself and do it on purpose." This is one of the greatest gifts you can ever give yourselves. Get to know yourself and do it on purpose. Because by doing that, you will know how to refill yourself. You will also, I can't play with you right now. Sorry, guys. You will also be able to fill yourselves to the point. A friend of mine told me about this. His grandmother used to have a cup and saucer, and she would never, they loved dipping their biscuits in tea, and she would never let them dip their biscuits in her teacup. But she would fill it up so much that they could dip the biscuits in the saucer because it would be filled with tea as well. That's what I want for you. I want you to be so full of yourself that you have extra spilling over into your teacup's saucer. And that's just the extra sauce for life that you can share with people, that you can enrich those around you. So you never give from a place where you end up feeling resentful or emptied. Guys, be honest. Have you ever given and afterwards felt like resentful that people have taken from you? Like, just say yes, me, in the comments. I know I have. I'll be totally honest. I have. Because I felt like that was what was required of me, or because I felt like I was so scared not to do that in case I would get rejected, in case I wouldn't be loved anymore. And so I'd rather bend myself over backwards. I would rather break and betray myself than lose the love of someone else, because then if I lost the love of someone else, I wouldn't be worthy. I'd know I wasn't worthy. Guys, if that love comes at that cost, it's not real love and it's not worth it. Does that resonate with you? Do you understand what I'm saying here? I need you to give me a big hell yeah if that resonates with you. Because I want you to be in relationships that fill you up. Not because you're not full, but they support your growth. And that when you say, I'm sorry, this doesn't work for me, we'll have to make another plan, that you are met with understanding, because they want you to have healthy boundaries, because that's self-respect. And anybody who tries to take those healthy boundaries away from you is not respecting you. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. You deserve it. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to invest in yourself. So there's two options of doing the course. The one is a do-it-yourself option, and that costs $111 a month for 3 months. Super cheap, right? The second option is a do it with a community option, which will be a live Q&A every week on a Wednesday or a Tuesday. I have to quickly check my diary. It's a Wednesday or a Tuesday. Tomorrow we start, which is Wednesday. But I think going forward, it will probably be a Tuesday. The next week, I'll see who's signed on and we'll pick a day. And in that Q&A, we not only delve into the lessons, you'll receive one lesson a week. We'll not only delve into the lessons that you've received, but we will also answer any questions that you have. And that's $222 a month, for 3 months. And this gives you the community aspect. Guys, a photographer, I was just about to do a shoot with a photographer here in Cape Town, costs 3,000 Rand an hour, right? My one-on-one sessions are 3,000 Rand an hour. So this is just above that price for a whole month of content, plus the community, plus time with me in a group setting. It's an incredible offer. I do require that anybody who joins can put on big girl panties and is willing to show up for themselves in the best possible way. I need you guys to definitely say that I am ready to step into being this brave version of myself, or at least I want to. Like, I'm ready to want to. Because just by being ready to want to means you're ready to do it, right? You just need the right hand holding and support. And Elaine can be my proof that that's what you get within the Kinsta Karoi Me course. You get the support system. You get the love. You get the guidance that you need to shift from here to here. So how many of you are ready to change where you are and shift to a place of empowerment? How many of you would like to say, hell yeah, I'm ready to embrace that version of myself that stands in strength, that is the eye of the storm? Hell yeah. Okay, good, good, good. So we are almost at the end of our session. I would like to open it to any questions. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, Elaine, you get the tools to change yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. So does anybody have any questions? Would anybody like to ask me anything before we go? And before we go, what I am going to do is I'm going to give you guys a little bit of I'm going to take you into process for a second. And that will, it's like a guided visualization. But I just want to check if anybody does have any questions. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to know anything before we go? Please let me know. Am I this crazy throughout the course? Yes, I am. Because I have to, even though we're dealing with real stuff, heavy stuff, it doesn't need to be difficult. It doesn't need to be a suffering sort of thing, right? It can be something where you are light and held, right? Do we say hell yeah a lot? Yes, we do. One of the things that I get all my students to do is that they look themselves in the mirror every morning and they say, good morning. Hi. Oh, so good to see you. Thank you for showing up for me today. I know you're doing your best, and your best is good enough. You are good enough. I so appreciate you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I acknowledge you. I celebrate you. Hell yeah! And then you start your day. If you just do that, guys, if you take nothing else away from this talk, if you just start celebrating yourself and greeting yourself every morning, things are going to shift in your life. Things are going to shift in your life. Dominique, I needed to hear this. Yay! So, guys, the best way of doing this is if you jump into PayPal. I don't know if you guys have PayPal, or I can give you my direct bank details. I don't know why this one link has disappeared. Retalk. Give me 1 second. It's disappeared. So the easiest way to do it is jump into PayPal and you can use Thrive at SusannaKennedy.com and you can make the payment there. So remember that it's 101 111 111 111 if it's a do-it-yourself, and 222 if you want to do it in the group. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly pick from the first 5 people to sign up, and you will get a free one-on-one session with me added on top of that. So if whoever does sign on, you guys will have, one of you will have the opportunity to have a free one-on-one session with me if you sign on. So if you jump into PayPal, you can just find PayPal. I think that's how it is. You can just pay through there. The other option is that you can do a bank transfer. So if you do want to do a bank transfer, you can let me know. But if you don't have any questions, then can we do a quick little connecting? Would you guys like that? Can I take you through a visualization? Because that's one of the things as well that I do throughout the course, guys, is at different points, I work with your energetic bodies and use energy and visualization to shift where you are at. Because there's one thing, it's one thing to do the work, but it's another thing to use energy while we are doing the work. And it speeds up the process so much, right? And I really want that for you. I also want you to know that, like I said in the beginning, the reason why I do this is because of my amazing students and everything that they have achieved. And this is the honest truth. So for instance, Benita, let me see if I can share this with you guys. Portion, share sound. So I don't know how to pause this. Oh, like that. This is how it's paused. Okay, let's see if we do it again. Okay, there. When I started the course, I was in a very dark place. Suicidal thoughts. Okay, let's see if I can pause that. Suicidal thoughts were ongoing for almost 6 months, with depression creeping in and taking its toll on the tiny bit of positivity I had left in me for myself. I cried myself to sleep almost every single night, and sometimes not even knowing why. She's also attempted suicide attempts. I was fighting hard against my mind to give into these thoughts again, as I know, sorry, I'm reading badly, what it does to you as a person, let alone to the loved ones around you. And that's a huge one as well. About a week ago, I've suddenly realized that, and now she did my course. Oh my gosh. About a week ago, I suddenly realized that I haven't had one suicidal thought in almost 4 weeks. My heart is starting to feel light, and I'm actually smiling with real feelings of happiness and love behind it. In the past few weeks, I've really gone and dug deep into my past. I relived some of the moments and suddenly found things that have been buried so deep. I found some of the sources of my struggles and what is keeping me from living a life to the fullest. And that takes some guts to actually see and acknowledge. I've found where I have been a victim and realized that I have kept myself as a victim and never saw myself as my true victor for what I have survived and been through. Some other big aha moments for me so far. I mean, this is so huge, guys. Can you imagine living a life feeling depressed and then realizing, oh, and now it's changed size completely. So now I'll have to just move this for you guys. Imagine living with suicidal thoughts all the time and then realizing that you don't need to be living with these suicidal thoughts. This is Daphne. Daphne has done my course twice, but one of the reasons why I want to share this with you is before Daphne, when we started working together, Daphne was always saying to me, I'm so happy for everybody else. She was always wishing everybody else well, right? And this was her testimonial. Before I worked with Susanna, I'd always been happy for other people, for their success, for their love, their experience, and the joy that I could see they felt. Since working with her and doing her course, I can honestly say I'm now happy for myself. Isn't that the best freaking feedback anybody could ever get? That you feel happy for yourself? Oh my God. It made me so happy. I can't even tell you. Oh, Daphne, 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 you're amazing thing. And then, of course, there's Mish, my magnificent Mo. Susanna has reminded me of who I actually am, my truest, most authentic, in alignment with my most sovereign, empowered self. She absolutely has no judgment about anyone and has given me the safest place to land and be seen and heard. She continuously validates my thoughts and feelings from an empowered place and continuously invites me to reframe situations so that I can see differently and feel gratitude for every moment, every step of my journey. She catapults me into my most brilliant, most empowered version of myself. It has been the most amazing journey, and I am so excited for what comes next. So that's my magnificent Mo. So this is why I do the course, guys. It is not for the money. It is literally for the results that my students get. And I think if I was more focused on the money, I'd probably have a lot more students, but I love to focus on small groups, give you guys the opportunity to really connect with me and each other and make a profound difference. And so I hope you will take this opportunity. There are about 10 weeks left of the year, but there's 8 weeks left of us having the opportunity to work through this stuff and really ending the year in a completely different way. I hope that you will take this opportunity and join me, because I would love to support you. So I'm going to take you into a very quick. Amazing. Lena's just paid for the do-it-yourself version. Yay! Welcome to the course. Yay, Lena. I'm so excited. And I see Nandi's sending me a private message. I don't know if I'm allowed to share. And she's saying that she is doing the full course as well. Yay! Wonderful. Welcome, 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 ladies. So, so, so exciting. Yay! Can't wait to see you guys inside. So I'm going to take you into a very quick visualization, ladies. Really just one to connect with the self. So if you can just take a deep breath in. And allow yourselves to land. Close your eyes. Roll your shoulders. Take another deep breath in. Shake out any stress from the day. And on this next breath in, I want you to lift your tongue to your palate. And as the breath goes out through the crown of your head, roll your eyes up to the crown of your head and see this brilliant white golden light shooting out the crown of your head, high up beyond the ceiling of the room that you are in, beyond the building, beyond the clouds, beyond the birds and the bees, beyond this earth's surface, out into the universe, high, high, past the cosmos, past all the planets and the stars and the solar systems, and connecting with divine light. And then this beautiful golden white light connected with divine light mixes together, and it starts flowing down back towards you. And as it reaches the crown of your head, we see a golden white lotus flower floating above your head. Beautiful. And then this beautiful golden white light starts melting into your head, filling every single inch of your mind. And then the rest of your head, your eyes, clearing out anything that is accumulated, clearing out your third eye, your mouth, your cheeks, your nose, going down your throat, down your shoulders, into the palms of your hands, and two beautiful globes of golden white light appear on the palms of your hands. Sometimes you'll feel it tingles a little bit. Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes a little bit warm. Sometimes you don't feel anything, but you perceive or see these globes on your hand. Sometimes it's nothing. It doesn't matter. All is absolutely perfect for your journey. When you are ready, lift them up and bring these two beautiful globes together as if you're forming one globe in front of your heart chakra. Beautiful energy, ladies. Beautiful. And then take this beautiful globe of chi energy and place it into your heart. And as you do, your entire body gets filled with golden white light. Your entire bloodstream, your nervous system, every single skin cell, your heart, your lungs, your digestive system, your kidneys, your pancreas, your uterus, all of your organs, down your legs, out your feet, down through the earth, deep, deep down past the beetles and the bugs and the crystals. And it meets with the core of Great Mother Gaia. And she is made of red molten lava. And this beautiful golden white light meets the red molten lava, and they start mixing together and dancing together. and they form this rose gold light. And as they do, it shoots back up through the earth, up through your feet, up your legs, through your pelvis, up your body to your heart center. And as it reaches your heart, it explodes out like a sun. You are your own sun. You are the sun of your solar system. And you just expand out beyond this room, beyond your building, beyond your neighborhood, beyond your country, beyond your continent, beyond this planet, beyond all time, space, reality, connecting you to everyone and everything that loves you unconditionally across all time, space, reality. Beautiful. And we welcome in Archangel Michael, and we request that he covers your energetic body with beautiful, brilliant, ultraviolet blue light of protection. Lovely. And we now thank your divine teams for bringing you here today. We thank your divine teams for supporting you always. We acknowledge them. And we ask for forgiveness for not always acknowledging them, for not always seeing them, for not always knowing that they are there, but they are. All the angels of the higher realm are here in celebration and support of you on your journey. Beautiful. All your spirit guides. Lovely expansion there, guys. All your spirit animals. Beautiful. And we pull down a golden pyramid of protective light to below the earth's surface, encapsulating all of us. And this pyramid clears out anything that is not in alignment with your soul's most empowered version of timelines that you now choose to shift into. Beautiful. Beautiful. And within this space, this clear, beautiful space, you meet your most empowered version of you, and you ask yourself, who am I? How did I become this beautiful, empowered woman who knows her worth, who receives abundantly support, love, opportunities? How did I become this extraordinary, exceptional woman that I am proud to be, this woman that I love, this woman I respect? With your shoulders back and your chin up, you feel the strength of you as this beautiful, empowered version of yourself. Integrating her into you now. Releasing all that shifts you away from that, all that no longer serves you on all levels and layers of your being, past, present, and future, throughout time, space, reality. Inviting in the perfect situations, the perfect places, the perfect opportunities. This or something better is true for me now. This or something better is true for me now. Thank you. Thank you, more please. And we thank all that have been here in support of us stepping into this exceptional version of ourselves. And then slowly we come back into our room, into our bodies, keeping our energy expanded, but our awareness coming back into who we are in this expression, in this lifetime, in this body. And slowly roll your shoulders. Take a deep breath in as you wiggle your toes and come back into present. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well done. Well done. Well done. Beautiful energy. Ladies, I must tell you that was exceptional. And whether you're watching this live or a recording of it, remember I'm connecting to you throughout time, space, reality. And so it is as powerful whether you're watching a recording or whether you're watching it live. Lena, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah, such a pleasure. I'm so excited to have you on board, Lena. Wonderful. Yay. Lena, will you also just send me an email just confirming your payment? That would be great. Thank you. And Nandi as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, wonderful. Beautiful ladies. This offer is going to be available for the next hour. I am going to close it this evening because I need to get everything ready for tomorrow as we kick off. And so it is only open for an hour. I hope that you guys will be a part of it. And I send you so much love and so much light. No matter what you do, I wish you experience yourself as the most brilliant, beautiful version of yourself that you can, and a version that you love and respect and that you're thrilled to be. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we end with a hell yeah? Can we end with a big hell yeah to stepping into your greatness? No matter what you choose, always hell yeah, I will be your biggest supporter. Yes? Hell yeah, Lena. Wonderful, Dominique. D. Juliet. Wonderful, Pippa. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Nandi, wonderful. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Thank you. So much love, guys. D, thank you.
Love.